Champion of what?
Oh, champion of what?
I can drop a world lead, I don't even like running. You gotta run fast just to go and get some money. I'm Noah Lyles K, you know how I'm coming. I ain't going to no Olympics, I ain't running, I ain't jumping. I can make 100,000 at the crib being funny.
The #1 ranked cross-country team in the NCAA, Iowa State, have been caught for doping. So recent news has surfaced over the last 48, 72 hours. And it's just been rumors that has been coming out saying that guys on the #1 ranked cross-country team in the NCAA right now, Iowa State, have been caught for doping. And they said one person, what I've heard is one person on the team got caught for either peptides or EPO. A guy who was previously hurt in the past, had surgery or so, some months ago. And he got caught. And not only when he got caught, he snitched on other people. So he didn't just get caught and take his lick. He got caught and told on others. This is the worst way to get caught. This is the worst way to go out. Because if you get caught, it's like, okay, you just take your lick and keep it pushing. You got in trouble. You got to just, take the consequences that come with your actions. But he said, you know what? I'm taking everybody with me. I'm putting everybody down and throwing everybody under the bus. There's an article that came out on Bro Bible. The article reads, top-ranked Iowa State suddenly suspends cross-country runners. Admin rumors of EPO scandal. Iowa State is a top-ranked men's cross-country team in the country. However, there is now a glaring asterisk on a leaderboard next to the Iowa-based university after sudden suspension of its top athletes. Now, we don't know officially which athletes have been suspended and which one's been told on, which one's been tested positive for, or whatever. But it says the official reason for the punishment has not been announced. So their coach came out with a vague-ass statement, super vague statement. And the statement essentially read that a few of our men cross-country runners have been suspended for violating team rules. So that's what their whole premise was, violating team rules. The Iowa State men's cross-country team is looking forward to competing at the Big 12 championships this week. We have no further comment at this time. And then referring back to the article on Bro Bible, there's a lot of rumors about what might or might not have been going on with the track and field program at Iowa State. Nothing has been confirmed at this point in time. Iowa State ranks #1 in cross country in the NCAA. The Cyclones started the 2025 season as a top-ranked men's team in the National Coaches Poll. Blah, 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 bunch of nonsense. They took their B team to the Nuttycombe Cross Country Invitational, where they finished 27th. As a result, they're still ranked #1 heading to the Big 12 championships this weekend. And they're not only expected to win nationals, but expected to win conference this week. Although the Cyclones had national championship hopes, they will be without some of their top runners for an undisclosed amount of time. The entire outlook for the men's cross country team has changed. Yeah, so pretty much there has been doping rumors. And there's been people on the team who has been telling other people different things and how certain people have got caught and told on others. But essentially this goes on in the NCAA. And more than likely, I tell people all the time that you don't really get tested in the NCAA. So it's pretty easy to cheat, especially for distance. Like in sprints, you don't really see that much cheating going on. Yeah, it definitely does happen. And it more so happens amongst foreigners. But when it comes to distance, everybody's cheating. Everybody is cheating. And no one gets tested. And then a lot of people, they cycle on and off. So when they get to nationals or whatever, nothing's in their system. You know how that goes. But it's pretty much the easiest way to cheat as a distance runner. Like coming to the NCAA. Now, a lot of people complain, oh, why is this person in college, they're this age and blah, blah, blah. I mean, you can't limit the age on adult competition because they will get a discrimination case. You can't discriminate on factors of age, race, religion, sex, and blah, blah, blah. All these things we learn in Title IX meetings. But yeah, this is really a normal occurrence. And I tell people all the time, if you take the cross-country meet for nationals in the NCAA, you test or you just randomly test the guy who wins just during the season and the guy who gets 30th place. They're both going to test positive. That's just how it is. That's literally how it is. Like, all the distance runners in a nation are cheating. All the top teams, I don't even got to name the top teams. You can just go to the coaching poll and look at the top teams or the top rankings. All these ninjas are cheating. And I'm not saying it's wrong because everybody's doing it. And that's just how it goes. That's how the system works. That's how, especially when there's money involved and national championships involved. And also, too, with these tests, like the coaches essentially really didn't have to do anything because when you take an NCAA, when you test, these are like school tests. So the punishment is on the coach. So the coaches could have just like, we're going to suspend you for a meet. They could just literally suspend these guys for conference and they could come back and run the nationals. So it's not like a USADA test or World Athletics test or WADA test. You can fail a test in the NCAA and be good. Like, so it's no real punishment. The punishment is up to the school. It's up to the coach. They have the final say so. And also, the school, they're the ones who even choose who get tested. A lot of people all the time be like, you can't dope in college because there's testing. And this clearly comes from people who never ran in the NCAA. Because the testing is chosen by like the school athletic trainers. So they choose who gets tested, and they usually choose the role people on the team, the people who aren't really a factor, the people who've been hurt, the people who haven't been running fast. And in this case, from what I'm hearing from Iowa State, it's a guy who really wasn't that big of a factor. He was hurt, just had surgery or whatever, and he's the one who got caught for doping. And then he pulled everybody down and told on everybody else. So that's how it usually goes. So you never really test your top guys because there's a chance that they could be cheating. And that's just how it goes. So this is how it goes in the NCAA. Most people will act naive. And I've seen a lot of people saying this could be the biggest doping scandal in college. Man, if they just go around and actually test all these other top schools, even like last year, there was a cross-country team that won the men and the women, and they're rolled as fuck right now. Like, it'd be like that. It'd be like that. Not to say they were doing any cheating or nothing, but if you want to be the top cross-country team, like cross-country, that's where doping is prominent in college.
World champion of what? World champion of what?
I can drop a world lead, I don't even like running. You gotta run fast just to go and get some money. I'm no Elias K, you know how I'm coming. I ain't going to no Olympics, I ain't running, I ain't jumping. I can make 100,000 at the crib being funny.